I'm back with another Front Row Talk podcast, the podcast with expensive opinions. This is episode 71, as you can see by the title. Before I get straight into it, make sure you subscribe, you like, you comment, you share this video. Make sure you tune in and check the description down below. That has my link for my Instagram and TikTok. Before I get started, I just want to let it be known, it's getting to that point where I really gotta be searching and digging to see what I'm gonna sit here and talk about. Good thing is that I do this, weekly, every Thursday. I record Thursdays, drop Friday, so it gives me some time throughout the week to brainstorm and talk about something. Even though there's a lot of things to talk about, when you 71 episodes in, and I don't want to just talk about anything. I like talking about things that I enjoy talking about, of course, and I know that you guys, the audience, would like to hear, in a sense. So it's but yeah, 71 episodes in, it's getting hard to sit here and talk about something that I really want to talk about, or just thinking about something in general. But as you can see by the title, we're gonna be talking about TV shows. I'm gonna be ranking TV shows from good to great to amazing. Before I get into this episode too, I was gonna talk about something else, but I'm gonna save that for next week. Because I want to get more into how would I say, the topic before I just sit here and talk about it. It was the idea was given by somebody, so I appreciate that. So next week when I come here and talk about that, that way I have an idea, or more into that subject. Just make sure you tune into next week. But yeah, to get into this episode, I'm gonna be talking about TV shows that we all see, whether it's on Netflix, Hulu, HBO Max, whatever you got. Now, before I go into it, this is my expensive opinion. This is my opinion, meaning you may not agree, but I'm gonna rank them. I did something similar back episode 40 something. It was movies though, but for this episode, I'm gonna be ranking TV shows from good to great to amazing. Of course, good being good, but not the best. Then great, and then amazing. You may disagree. I know I got a couple shows here that there may be shockers where I have them, but I'll explain why I have them where I have them. To start off, let's start off in good. Good. Just because good is not the best in this list, don't think it's bad, because the word good means good. We all know what it means. But to start off, I want to start off with Manifest. It's a good show. I still got 4 or 5 more episodes to finish with the newest season. And the reason why I just rank it good is because I just believe that there's better shows that I've personally watched that are better than that show. But it's a show, I feel like all of these shows y'all should go and watch, because they're definitely interesting. They all have to do with something else, but Manifest is definitely an interesting show. I feel like that's a good show for me to start off the video. Yeah, I like shows with mystery. I like shows that that have you questioning what will happen in the next episode. I feel like everybody does. But yeah, it's a great show. If you believe that you're woke or whatever you want to call it, definitely watch the show. And the good thing about it as well is that some of it was shot here in New York, so you'd probably end up seeing your block or somewhere you live near, or whatever the case may be. Now, on to the next show, we got Squid Games. I also ranked that in good, under the good category. Squid Games was a good show. It's not the best, but it was a good show. It's like I said, if you believe you're woke or whatever, that should be a good show. You should tune in. And the reason why I say that is because some people out there who believe that Squid Games is a thing. I believe that it's really possible. It's hard to say that something ain't real nowadays. Every day something crazy is happening, or not even. It's just certain things that there's evidence out there. You just gotta go see for yourself, whatever the case may be. But Squid Games is a good show. I watched all the episodes, all the seasons. I don't even think there's that much seasons out there. It took over. Netflix when it came out. I mean, everybody was making memes about the cookies and all of that. So it definitely is a good show. You should definitely go and watch it. Now, another good show is On My Block. Before I talk about On My Block, those three shows I named are on Netflix. I'm not sponsored by Netflix, but I'm just saying, y'all should definitely go and watch. I feel like if you don't got Netflix, you know somebody who got Netflix, so go and watch them shows. On My Block is good because it got to do with like teenagers and stuff. I believe it's teenagers, and just living like every day, their life in school, whatever, and everything that goes down. But it's a good show because it's like it's kids, going through hardship, going through a lot of tough experiences, and a lot of plot twists and all of that. So On My Block is definitely a show you should definitely go watch, and I have it under the good category. So those are the three shows I have under good. Now for great and amazing, I have so much shows in amazing, and then it's the same amount in great. I had 3 for good, I have 3 for great. Now to get on to the great section. All right, so on the great section, I got Money Heist. Money Heist is a great show. It came out through the pandemic, so I feel like, you had no other choice but to stay home. So it came out at a good. I think it was the pandemic or probably a bit before, but that's when I started watching it. Great show, robbing a bank, making a heist, all of these plot twists, whatever. The professor being a genius, just, and then like everybody with their egos, and it's just a lot of like hiding in plain sight too with the show. So I feel like that's what makes it have you like guessing what will happen in the next episode. But yeah, and a lot of unexpected things happen. It does get sad towards the end, but Money Heist is definitely a great show. It's a show that I always remember. And another thing about me, I'm not the type to watch a show over again. Like, if it's 4 seasons of a show and I watch all 4 seasons, I would not watch them 4 seasons again, because I know people who would watch shows like 2-3 times over and over. I could not do that. I feel like it'll get boring after some time. I like to experience that first like feeling of like, oh my god, what happened, or whatever the case may be, and that's it. Because the second time it won't hit like the first time. Now this is where it got a bit shocking. I know you guys are gonna definitely disagree, and this is the reason why I say that, is because you probably believe that this should be in the amazing section, but I got Power. If you don't know what Power is, you're crazy. Now the reason why I have Power in great and not amazing is because somebody spoiled it for me. So I stopped watching it. If you spoil a show for me, I'm not watching it no more. Like, I don't care. It's just not gonna hit the same. I've been told that I should still watch it because there's so much that. And mind you, I stopped watching it probably like season 3, like. And now there's books, if I'm not mistaken. Like, but the first season 3, like the first season 3, and like I said, I know there's a bunch of things that happen after, but I just don't have that like care to like sit down and watch it, cause like it was spoiled to me. So it's really no point. So yeah, like I know Power, but if it wasn't spoiled for me and I still went through with the show, I know I'd have it in amazing. So, and now for the other show is BMF. The reason why I have it in great and not amazing is because I haven't really finished it. The thing about shows is that it takes time. Like, it takes months to. I mean, at least for me, I don't got the time to binge watch a whole show in like a whole week. Not anymore, at least. And some of these shows be like 5-6 seasons. I can't go through that unless we go through a whole other pandemic again, God forbid, or something like that. Then I'd have the time to just sit there, watch just episode after episode. But then even then, I can't watch like too much episodes back to back, because then I start getting tired. So I really have to have like that feeling to just sit down, lay down, whatever, turn on the TV and just watch the show. That's how I enjoy my shows, the best way possible. I know it's different for everybody else. Alright, this is where it gets amazing, literally, because all of these shows is under the amazing section. I mean, amazing. It's just is in the word on reason why I have them here. They're clearly above all the other shows I already named, and it's not in order because for me to put it in order, I'd it'll be too much to. But at number one, you got Breaking Bad. I literally finished it like 2 days ago. Amazing show, great show. I like the way it was from the beginning to the middle to the end. I feel like it made sense the way it ended. And it was, I feel like it was finished at the right time. Some shows are dragged out, and after a show is dragged out, it just be money grab at that point. But like the audience is just really, they really don't care to like, tune in. At least for me, that's how I view. Some things are just good to a certain point, and Breaking Bad was definitely a show that well produced. The acting was amazing. The story was good. The length of it was good too. Like amazing show. Then I got the 100. This show, a lot of people may not know it, but if you know, you know. It's pretty old now. I mean, I started watching it back in middle school. I used to watch it in my Samsung tablet. That's how long ago it was. I mean, not saying Samsung tablets are bad, but I feel like we all had we all had like a Samsung tablet or iPad or whatever the case. But yeah, the 100, a great show. It's about these people who come back down to earth after like a couple of years. 100 people come back down to earth to see if like it's good to live on again or whatever. And a bunch of things happen. They meet people who stood on earth, like tribes and stuff. And it's a great show. If I'm not mistaken, it has like 6 seasons. It's a pretty long show, but it's worth it. Like, it's kind of sci-fi in a sense, but not too much. Great acting, great characters, great everything. Like, and not only that, but these shows are like, you could tell like millions of dollars were put into it, just because like all of the gear that they have, the seasons, how just everything, like everything. The storyline is amazing for the 100 too. Now this show, I may be biased because I know that I have BMF and the other one and great because I didn't finish it, but I haven't finished this show I'm about to name right now. That's The Sopranos. Sopranos is, listen, it might, I mean, it's really little articles out there saying it's the best show of all time. In my opinion, I haven't finished it yet, so I can't say that, but so far the way it's going is going good. And I try not to watch 2 shows at the same time. Like, I really just be trying to put my attention to one show and then move on. That's why it may take long for me. But The Sopranos, I mean, if you know, like, it's about the mob and stuff like that, and it's amazing show. Like, if you really like action, if you like, stuff like that, tune into The Sopranos. Like I said, it might be the greatest show of all time. I'll be the judge of that at the end of, when I finish it. Then we got Prison Break. That's a throwback show. Like, if you really know, you really know. Prison Break, Michael Scofield, he tries to save his brother out of prison. His brother is innocent, but the government, like, set him up or whatever, and he tattoos his whole body, try to go into prison, and, like, he literally has the way to escape in his body, like, the blueprint on his body. And he's a genius. Like, all of these shows have like that one main the main character that really is him. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, have you looking at the show like, damn, or have you thinking like, like, this character is separate or like different from each and every other character. I mean, it's always like that in every show, but for Prison Break, for The Sopranos, for Breaking Bad, all the main characters is good. The way they act, like, everything, just great. But yeah, Prison Break is a good show. There was rumors that it was gonna come back, but I don't know. It may not be true. The rumors kind of died out. But Prison Break is a great show. I don't even know where they stream it now. Like, I don't know how you'll be able to see it, but if you got to see it, then you know what I'm talking about. This is more of a modern show. Next show is Euphoria with Zendaya. Great show. And it's crazy that I'm talking about this show because not like 2-3 days ago. One of the characters in the show died. Rest in peace to him. It's crazy. Died at 25. It's so young, but um, the show is a great show. Is the only way I relate it to On My Block is because it's like teenagers type of vibe. So you kind of could relate to it in a sense. But Euphoria, if I'm not mistaken, is high school. Yeah, high school. Group of kids in high school or college. Correct me if I'm wrong. And just bunch of drama, a bunch of he cheated, she cheated, whatever. But like, it's a good show. Like, I know I'm saying this about every show that I'm saying, but I low-key don't want to spoil it because I could go into these shows and explain the show, but I'd be here for like 40-50 minutes. But Euphoria is one of those shows, and I low-key started late watching it. I started watching it a bit late, but once I started watching it, I finished it quickly. And I think it's a show everybody knows, at least everybody like Gen Z generation, definitely like into the show 100%. Now this next show, probably one of the best shows ever in the Spanish industry, or like great, amazing. I'm talking about Pablo Escobar. I think it's called El Patrón del Mal, if I'm not mistaken. Good show. It's like two different type of Pablo Escobar shows. I think there's one in Netflix that's in English. I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about the original one that's in Spanish. It's basically his life story coming up, and you really see, you know, everything that he did, his intentions behind stuff, how he got back as like revenge for certain things, the people who was around him, who he fell in love with, how many kids he had, everything. Like, it's great acting. And this is another throwback show because it's been out for a couple of years now. I think you could probably watch it on Netflix if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, Telemundo used to give it. If you know about Telemundo, you know. But yeah, Pablo Escobar is a good one. And last but not least, on the amazing section, I got Stranger Things. Another show that's, if you're woke, you should watch it. But I mean, it's such of a big show, I'm not even gonna explain it. Like, if you don't know about Stranger Things, you live under a rock. Great show, amazing show. It's about kids, you know, in this small town, and people, there's TikToks and stuff out there saying that, you know, it's an actual true like life story, about a girl who was like taken to this whole facility and mind control and all of that. But great show. I think I finished it, if I'm not mistaken. I think I did finish it. I think it did come to an end. Another show that correct me if I'm wrong, but if it did come to an end, I think that came to an end at the right time. It wasn't dragged out. It was like number one on Netflix for a hot minute. And yeah, now just want to end the video off by naming two shows that I plan to watch. This is up in the air. I may not really watch it, but number one is Peaky Blinders. Another mob-like show, kinda. I kind of got into it a bit, but then I probably like the first episode, but then I stopped because, you know, it'd be too much. I don't be trying to rush through shows just to say I watch it. I really be trying to understand the story. Peaky Blinders is one of them, and then the other show is Black Mirror. Now, with Black Mirror, I know that there's a different episode, like different story every episode. So that's a show that I probably just watch if like an episode comes up, or like whatever, like or like if it's a famous episode out of like a season, I might, like, I don't know if I may watch it in order just because it's not it doesn't have a consistent storyline. So Black Mirror might be a show that I you know, watch whenever. I mean, I think I named over like 10 shows in total. So I'll probably put you onto a show you never heard about or a show you never watched. All of these is good in a way. I don't know if they all kind of lean to one type of genre. I mean, you be the judge of that. But those are the type of shows that I like to watch. And yeah, I feel like shows is better than movies. because a movie is just like 2-3 hours. Shows is like seasons, so you understand the story. Like there's a beginning, middle, and an end to it. There's a beginning, middle, and end to a story, but it's just not as long. It's kind of limited in a sense. But yeah, I mean, that's basically it for this episode. Just rank shows from good to great to amazing. Make sure you tune in to next week's episode. God willing, I'll be here next week for episode 72. And yeah, I mean, that's really it for this episode. Make sure you subscribe, you like, you comment, you share this video. Check the description down below so you could check the description and link for my TikTok and my Instagram. That's really it for this episode, and your boy ssalcita is out.